What's up, guys? I'm back with a video. Today I want to show you something in a specific sense that this happened to me yesterday. So let's do it. So you're gonna go to settings, and then anyway, I want to show you guys how you can remove a device from. One sec, let me remove that just in case. How do you remove a device from Find My iPhone? This is really handy in a specific case. This actually happened to one of my friends last night. So you can see the phone, and it's an 8. And there's a reason why you don't get your storage full. And I try to explain this to everyone. They end up not listening. This is what happened to one of my friends last night. Her storage was too full, and her phone boot looped. So I was trying to we had to get it logged out of iCloud and everything. But to do that, we thought she forgot the password. So we tried to remove it through Find My iPhone. Now this is something you would do if you were going to sell your phone and forgot to turn off that Find My iPhone or something. You can do this remotely, even if it's offline. So for example, I'm not going to go actually removing one of my devices just because I don't want to sign it back in and everything. But when you go into your settings here, let's go to your 5S because it's broken. I don't have this phone anymore. But I still don't want to remove it because I want it to stay in here. But as you can see, there's the 5S. I don't know why my 7 is not too great at recording. But anyway, when you are in here and you swipe up, you can see you got remove device. This is what we had to do last night. Because see, what happens is when your phone's in a boot loop and you have to basically restore it through iCloud or through your computer, this had Find My iPhone on. So what you got to do is you got to turn off Find My iPhone in order to get that activation lock off. Now what activation lock is when you basically erase your phone and it tells you need to enter this password and you cannot bypass activation lock. You just can't. It's not possible in the sense of language. It's very not possible. So what you got to do is you got to remove activation lock. And you got to try this before you erase it. So what you got to do is you got to go to your Find My. You got to hit remove this device. Now it's going to straight up tell you this iPhone is linked to your Apple ID and removing this phone will allow it to be activated and used by another person. Now that's what we want. If we're ever in a boot loop is when this is severely good. If it's a storage one, because you most likely can't get your data, so you gotta wipe it. But if you do that and you don't know your password, goodbye, because there's no bypassing. So anyway, you hit remove, and this is really nice because even if you don't know your password, you can forget your password, you can do all that stuff, and all that stuff. But if you were to erase your phone, stuff would change. So you can put in your passcode that you think it is, and then you can hit OK. And then it'll continue through. And if you get the password correct, the phone will go away. It will do the exact same thing it just did. It will just go just like it did. But it will be gone. Unlike this one's not gone because I don't want to remove it. But if I can remove one, I don't want to. I don't want to remove my broken phones because there are memory in there. Anyway, other than that, that is what you'll need to do. And then you can also go and check in settings. And your iCloud account. Let's just say my SE's, that broke last September. So what'll happen if your devices haven't been online for a while, which my SE hasn't, as you can see, yeah, that's my SE, rest in peace. But as you can see, it says 14.2. Now I always update my devices, so there is a 14.2 in there, and I haven't updated it since last September because it hasn't worked. By the way, this number doesn't work. None of these numbers on my older phones actually work. They're all disabled numbers. Just, because they're old SIM cards. But now let's go to my iPhone 7. And when we're in here, it says last iCloud backup and whatever. But as you can see, this one's got the actual iOS 15 little wallpaper thing. And it says right here, all the information. It says Find My iPhone on. So when you hit show and find my, it brings up the phone. But if it's online, you only option is to erase the device. So you basically the device has to be offline to remove it. So let's just say I was selling this phone and it's gone. They are halfway home and they text me, this phone has activation lock. What you got to do is go in here, and even though it will say no location found, it's still going to work. Believe it or not, it does. So you hit remove the device, remove. You got to enter your Apple ID password. When you hit OK, it'll say, boop, your code has been entered and the device will be removed. Oh, sorry, someone texted me on Teams. Sorry. But yeah, anyway, that will happen. That exact same thing will happen, and the device will be gone off Find My iPhone, and that will mean that you have successfully removed your device and gotten rid of activation lock when you erase your device with your computer. That is a must, unless you guarantee you know your Apple ID password. You want to do this. That way you get your chances before you lose your phone forever. You don't play around with activation lock. That is the most secure thing ever. There's no forgot password on it. You enter the password that was last on your Apple ID. It's right down to it. So, yeah. That's about it. That's a really quick video I wanted to make. Just don't mess with activation lock, whatever you do. It is a very, 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 very straightforward thing you do not want to mess with at all. So yeah, very great though, and it is removable, which is very good. This phone's never boot looped on me yet, though this has. I don't know, this hasn't even boot looped on me yet, actually, and I've had this since 2017. My sister's iPad is boot looped numerous times, and it's a iPad 7. Those are the A10 chips are honestly horrible. I can't even lie. This has an A9 chip. This thing has given me way less issues than my sister's iPad 7 has. I've had to fix boot loops on that thing numerous times. And luckily I know how to fix boot loops because my friend didn't. So yeah, very luckily I know how to fix boot loops, because that would be a pain for you guys. If you didn't know, I mean, some of you probably don't know how to fix boot loops. You probably don't even know what boot loops are. But what a boot loop is so you know, if you have an iPhone, any phone does it. But let's just say you got your phone and your storage full. Now, this is what most instances of this have, is when your storage full. You don't storage full your phone. So let's just say, your storage full and your phone dies. Great, great, sad. You're sitting here hoping that, hey, it'll turn back on. But watch what happens. This is exactly what a boot loop is. The device will keep trying to turn on, but exactly this manner, as I'm holding both these buttons down. But this simulates a boot loop. Literally, this is a boot loop. Except, see how it's not doing it anymore? It only loops 2 times when holding these buttons. But then it stops. But a boot loop will consistently do it. It's that exact same thing. That's what a boot loop is. But it just sits there and sits there. The phone gets really hot. Now see, I'm not going to hold the buttons now, and it turns on just fine. But you just don't want to play around with full storage. Storage is one of the most important things on a device. Any device. Keep that in mind. It's a very important thing on any device. So yeah, just something to keep in mind there. I just wanted to say that. Damn. But yeah. So that's about it for this video. I can't even already believe Christmas in 19 days, you guys. It's just crazy. iPad should turn on here. Yeah, it's on. Look at that. We're unlocking it already. See, so just a little boot loop. Don't want to screw around with. Very dangerous. And if my SE actually failed because of a boot loop, but it wouldn't enter recovery mode, so I think it was some hardware issue in that case. But I still don't know what happened with that phone to this day. It was the most weirdest thing ever. I don't even know. I did have a lot of cool stuff on there, though, so it kind of sucked. But that was a while ago, so we're done with that. So let's how to remove activation, or remove a device from Find My iPhone in case needed. Peace out.